What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with your free pick in the Iowa State versus BYU college basketball matchup going down Wednesday, March 6th, 2024. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, including my daily $19 best bet, make sure that you head on over to Pickdawgz.com and click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. But let's get to this one between Iowa State and BYU. Iowa State coming into this one with a record of 23-6 on the year, 19-8-2 against the number this season after a 60-52 road win over UCF in their last matchup, while BYU comes into this one with a record of 21-8 on the year, 17-12 against the number this season after an 87-75 win and cover over TCU in their last matchup, won by double digits, laying 6.5. But BYU, they've been a much better team at home over the course of the regular season. And it's been that way in conference play for the most part. They do have the road win over Kansas a couple games ago, which was a big win for this BYU team in conference play. Was a win that put themselves on the map as one of the new kids on the block in the conference. But now you're up against it here. You're going to Ames, you're going to Iowa, you're going to the Hilton Coliseum, where this Iowa State Cyclones team has been so good this season. They've been dominating teams left and right. They beat Oklahoma by double digits. They got wins over West Virginia and Texas Tech. They beat TCU by double digits, beat Kansas at home as well. And I mean, they've stifled, better teams than what they're up against here on their home floor. And a lot of it just has to do with top-notch defense. And while BYU is a solid offensive team, they can be very, very dependent on the three-point shot, as they had one of the highest volumes of three-point shot in conference play, and even in the country this season. But the problem with that is that BYU is not making them at as high of a clip as they were earlier on, and especially at home. BYU, for shooting the most amount of threes and being the most point-dependent team in the conference by way of three-pointers, they're shooting just 32.5% from behind the arc, and you're going up against an Iowa State team that is the most efficient defense in the conference. They force the most amount of turnovers, and they have the third best three-point defense, allowing teams to shoot just 32.1% from the arc. Now, Iowa State's offense is slightly problematic. They're ninth in offensive efficiency, 13th at the foul line, and that's a big problem considering BYU gives up the most free throws in the conference. So when you're trying to cover a number at home and you're leaving points at the foul line, it can make it extremely hard to cover those kinds of numbers. Iowa State also 10th in 2-point shooting, 9th in 3-point shooting. But the difference for me here is that, this Cyclones defense is so tough to break down. And like I said, we've seen better teams than BYU get crushed by it this season. I mean, Iowa State at home, they beat up on TCU, they beat up on Kansas, they beat Kansas State big, they beat Oklahoma State by 24, they beat Houston at home with it. We're not being asked to lay much more than we were laying in that game either. So I'm going to take Iowa State in this one, lay the 6.5, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. While you're at Pick Dawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. And while you're at our YouTube channel, make sure you have notifications turned on so you can be the first to be in the know when the newest content drops here at Pick Dawgz. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.